And now the Conservative Party, we've always been led to believe, well, they are the true nasty party. Since George Osborne's age of austerity delivered £30 billion of cuts to welfare, housing subsidies and social services, Labour have painted the Tories as grasping, avaricious and mean. The Tories rob the poor to pay the rich, Labour cried. And this was Angela Rayner's take.
Cannot get any worse than a bunch of scum, homophobic, racist, misogynistic...
Go on, Angela. Like I said, working crass. But under Labour, we're about to enter a new age of austerity that could make the Osborne years look like a tea party. Let's start with the winter fuel allowance. And here's what Keir Starmer said about energy bills in 2022.
And that's why the Labour Party has a fully costed plan to freeze energy bills this winter. Under my leadership, Labour is on the side of working people. And under my leadership, we can have a fresh start for Britain.
Freeze. Well, with £300 less in their meters this winter, will it be pensioners who are freezing? And here's what Rachel Reeves also said in 2017. She said this: "I'll never forget the woman I spoke to in my Leeds West constituency who had freezing hands and purple fingers because her pension wasn't enough to pay for her heating." Well, it seems that she did forget about what that pensioner said to her in Leeds West. And here's what Angela Rayner tweeted also back in 2017. Labour will protect the triple lock on state pensions, maintain the winter fuel allowance and free bus passes for pensioners. And yet, after all of their bluster in opposition, just 24 days into power, you guessed it, Labour scrapped that winter fuel allowance for a majority of pensioners anyway. And worse, Labour robbed that £1.4 billion from the elderly, and they gave £10 billion in inflation-busting pay rises to their public sector chums. Now that is the action of a nasty party. Let's stick with pensioners for a moment. In 2017, when Theresa May proposed to lift the cap on social care costs, Labour dubbed it the dementia tax. But a month ago, Rachel Reeves quietly axed Boris Johnson's £86,000 cap on social care. Under Labour, your life savings and even your house could disappear to pay for your social care. So Labour introduced their own version of a dementia tax and barely anybody noticed. Now that is the actions of a nasty party. And next, thanks to the green-eyed mantra of net zero, you're hammered with ULEZ schemes and low-traffic neighbourhoods. By 2030, they'll come for your car. And all of these disproportionately hammer the working poor and, of course, the elderly. And I put it to you again, those are the actions of a nasty party. In October, expect punishing tax raids on the haves to pay for the have-nots. Like the £8 billion per year in unemployment benefits paid to 1.7 jobless immigrants, or the £6.6 billion annually we spend on our asylum bill. What about the £11.6 billion that the Labour Party has pledged to foreign climate aid? Under Labour, people who never paid in a penny will win the jackpot, and people who've paid in all of their lives, well, they will pick up the tab. Make no mistake, it's the Labour Party that is the true nasty party.